If I'm gonna be completely real with you guys, the past, I don't know, like couple of weeks, I've been feeling just like so depressed, like all the time. Like waking up and feeling hopeless, feeling like my life is going nowhere. So you know what I'm gonna do today? We're going to turn this day that feels like booty hole, and I'm gonna show you what I do to get myself back on track. First things first, let me just be completely candid with you guys and show you how fucking disgusting my room is. Ugh. So, here's what I'm thinking. I'm almost out of the homemade hot cocoa I made. That's good. Then, I'm going to clean my room. I'm going to reorganize my stuff, even though I feel like shit. But honestly, coming on camera makes me feel a lot better. So, thank you guys for being here with me and enjoying this journey along with me. First things first, I'm gonna brush my teeth. You know, one thing I'm tired of is acting like I'm perfect. Or like I know what I'm doing with my life. I feel like I know what I'm passionate about. And then I think the part that like really trips me up is the fact that like I don't trust that life is going to reward me, because it feels like as blessed as I am, that life just keeps like shitting all over me. Everybody has their off days differently. For some of us, we hide it really well and we pretend that we're totally fine, even though we're totally not. And then there's like other ones of us who have these days and then kind of just shit all over everyone. Others of us tend to isolate. You know what I usually do? It depends. Wow, that was really descriptive. If I'm in a situation where I'm surrounded by people, I either kind of isolate or I go with them and I just tell them like I'm not feeling good, but then I try my best to feel better. You know what sucks about like trying to feel better, especially because like so much of like the self-help community, whatever, is like, oh, just focus on what feels good. Look in the mirror and be like, you know what? I love myself. I'm hot. But sometimes you feel so shitty that it doesn't really matter if you're looking at yourself and being like, I love myself, I am great, because you don't really feel it, do you? But you know what? On those off days, you know what we need to do? We need to be like, today is not my day. I feel like a piece of shit. You know why I think so many of us just kind of like self-isolate when we feel bad? It's because we think that people can't deal with our negative emotions, that they're just gonna like judge us or whatever. Or like they'll treat us like something to be pitied or something that's weak. So we think we have to pretend being in a good mood in order to like be around people that want to hang out with us. But honestly, isolating when we feel depressed. Why do we do it? Here's what I believe. And I'm kind of a hypocrite when I say this. I think there's a reason that when we cry, it's such an external reaction. I don't think it's a mistake that like our eyes get all red and our nose gets all like sniffly and that we have tears literally like streaming down our fucking face. And yet when we cry, most of us try to do it when we're alone. We don't want to burden them. We don't want to seem like we're weak. Or also, can we just talk about how much more confident I feel with just a tiny bit of makeup on my face? It's great. We clam up and we don't even show people how we feel, when honestly, it's like so important to do so. I don't think we're meant to deal with our sadness and our depression by ourselves all the time. It's like we just don't trust people to be kind to us or to love us or to be genuine to us, and so we retract. But we still need that like social connection. But because we're so isolated, you know what we do? Just go on the internet and watch videos of other human beings or watch a TV show and live vicariously through whatever relationships or friendships or whatever that you see on the screen, and you're getting just like a really weak substitute for what you actually need. You sitting here watching my video right now, you don't really have to worry about how I perceive you. It doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter what you smell like. You probably smell great though. Yeah. I don't. Like, you can be in the worst mood, you can look your worst, you can be at your worst, and I literally can't judge you. And there's something really great about that, because if we don't have that space in our life to be fully confident and authentic, we get to come here and we get to kind of relate to somebody. But then you kind of detach from the real world and you detach from, you know, people who could be a really great influence on your life. Anyways, so I think now I'm probably just gonna do like a little time lapse of me cleaning up the room. I'll kind of rant while I clean. We'll see. So I actually ended up opting to watch YouTube videos for like another 30 minutes before I started cleaning my room. So I'm actually gonna start cleaning now. Fun story. While I was away from home, there was someone living in my house who honestly had no business living in my house without having a conversation with me about it. So I was actually only expecting to be gone for like a couple of weeks, and that did not occur. And now I have so much stuff that is spread all over my house, and I don't know where half of it is, and I'm trying to figure out where to move all of it. So I'm moving it into a closet instead of being in a bunch of boxes because I've been living off the same like clothes for weeks. In all honesty, it was really hard to come back and not know where like any of my stuff is, and I honestly felt like I was owed, like my shit should be put away somewhere nicely for me rather than me having to reorganize everything. But then yesterday I was kind of thinking about it, and I was like, you know what, like, am I going to sit around and mope like a kid and live off of like a fraction of my stuff, or am I going to be like, you know what, shit happens and I'm just going to put my clothes in a place that feels right to me? Anyways, that's what we're going to be doing now. I'm not going to sit here and mope over, you know, things not being ideal for me, because what's the fun in that, right? Hey look, I found my oldest stuffed animal. Doesn't have a name. I haven't really been one to name my stuffed animals, just to sleep with them every night, because I'm still 5. I don't even know what half this stuff is. What is this? I mean, sure, I'll take it. Looks like I'm about to go skiing. Oh yes. I don't ever wear bucket hats. Oh man, this is a look, right? Can we just say, it's the best Disney cap ever. How cute! I feel like I need to keep like excusing myself for having an off day when I think it's like the most human thing in the entire world. But I do keep feeling like I need to excuse myself. It's like so much of my identity revolves around being like a kind and understanding human being. Did you guys know I own a MAGA hat? Kind of matches the shirt though. This does not belong to me. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing to let yourself be angry. In fact, I think it's really healthy and normal. I feel like a lot of people have anger kind of integrated into their personality, and I find that so interesting because I'm so not that way. So the fact that people can be so bold to just be angry so unapologetically is honestly goals to me, because how do you do that? I feel like I should be angrier. Like, I should let people see my anger. And when I said that, my stomach just dropped. It's as if I believe my value comes from being nice. That fucking hurt. Oh my gosh. My favorite beanie. I honestly should wear hats more. I really do like them. I feel like I'm such an extremist when it comes to my emotions. Like, I'm either like so like inspired and at like the top of my game. I love just going in public and smiling at people and just kind of seeing like what the vibe of like the crowd in that area is for the day. But when your girl don't feel so good, I avoid eye contact with everybody. This is my shirt. This used to be my mom's. She's worn this since I was little, when she was like in her 30s. And now I'm wearing it in my 20s because, girl, my mom is a hot mom. Don't f my mom. Like, I already know a lot of what I want. It's just sometimes I don't believe I can get it. So why don't I just start doing that for myself? Like, I would admire someone who feels like absolute shit and still gets up and is like, you know what? I'm gonna try this new thing of recording this different kind of video. I don't want to be someone who's depressed and just sits in bed all day, like every single day. Like, I don't think that you're any less than someone else if that's where you are in your life. But when I was really thinking about it, it's like, I don't want to be that person. I've been that person this past few days, and I'm like, I don't feel good about this. Like, I want to be a person where I have those depressed days, I let myself go to that place, and I'm like, you know what? I trust that I can like try things out that make me feel better. And honestly, what's crazy is like, as soon as I started filming, I felt better. Like, I felt motivated to pick up these fucking clothes and put them in here. Put them away. Let's actually just move locations. I'm pretty much done packing anyway. Okay, so it's actually kind of nice outside. Look at this view. Isn't that insane? I honestly like haven't been keeping up with my meditation practice as much as I would have liked to. We're all figuring this whole life thing out, and for us to kind of like expect ourselves to just feel better so quickly just because now we understand like how thoughts affect our life and our feelings or whatever it may be, it doesn't help us to get so down on ourselves. I've really come on this channel because I wanted to help people. And so I started doing the things that I felt like I should do. I was kind of emulating a mix between spiritual, like mindset, advice, content, and YouTuber style editing. And honestly, even though I think there was a lot of value in that, at a certain point it got so frustrating because I felt like I was trying to be perfect and trying to have everything figured out for you guys. Like I had to figure out everything in order to be successful, which is ironic because like I was still showing aspects of like my vulnerable side and such, but I came down with a very specific format, and I was like, well, that's great, but also you see like one specific side of me, but I want you guys to be able to see me more so like in my full authenticity, because why am I trying to be perfect when I could just be whatever the hell I am in any given moment? Because even in the shittiest days, there's a beautiful sunset or a funny moment, and yet that doesn't have to be a denial of what feels bad. I'm gonna get off the balcony. I do not want to expose where I live, so yay! So here's the thing, I really do love watching videos, but I also find if I do it for too long and if I don't do anything, I start to get anxious. I'm meant to do more with my life than just kind of like sit around and just be entertained by other things. Like I also want to be entertained by me and entertained by myself. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I have some anxiety belly, and also I have a dirty mug of hot chocolate. Speaking of which, that's the next thing on our list, okay? Hot cocoa. We're gonna make hot cocoa. Yeah. We're going to get the ingredients out of the fridge. Crazy, right? We got whipped cream. This is the leftovers of the last hot chocolate I made. It smells delicious. I wish you could smell it. And then I just have a little bit in the morning because I don't have a coffee machine right now. So this is my substitute for coffee. Who needs caffeine when you're just crazy? Yay! Almond milk. Then we have chocolate chips and 100% cocoa powder. And then personally, I like to use ground cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, and then I add a cinnamon stick in there because I don't know, it's aesthetic. Ta-da! Ooh, also, I like to use butter to help melt the chocolate because sometimes the chocolate burns on the bottom of the pot, and nobody wants burnt chocolate in their hot cocoa. La, 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 la. Is there a light here? Woo! Probably looks like I'm about to like cook myself dinner. Nope, just making myself hot chocolate. Now that the butter is like nice and melted and smelling fantastic, we can add in our chocolate chips. Then, like little bits at a time, I start to add in the milk. That's way too hot. Ugh. Here, so let me show you what it looks like now. It's looking kind of rough. So then, I take the cocoa powder. So I actually add in a lot. You can use more than you think. A handy dandy whisk. And you just kind of start doing this. And the great thing about this is I still have more milk. So if it's too chocolatey, it's okay. The other great thing about this is the chocolate chips have pretty much like all the sweetness that you need. So it doesn't really matter if you add any more sweetness to it. And then you just feel a little better about yourself because you're like, oh, there's no added sugar. All the sugar is hidden in the chocolate chips. I have a cinnamon sticks. Oh, I have cinnamon stick. I sometimes wish that like through cameras we could emulate smells. Like it's interesting if you think about it. Like we have a camera that records sight. So you can see everything that's going on within the frame of this video. It can record audio so you can hear what's going on. And granted, it's not like 100% accurate to real life, but it creates like an artificial version of like whatever it's capturing, and it can simulate it to you. So you know generally what I look like, you know what my voice sounds like, but you have no idea what I smell like. You have no idea what this hot cocoa smells like. And what's crazy is we watch all these cooking videos from people, right? And it's all based off of how it looks. Like you see something, you see someone cook, and you're like, oh wow, that looks great. Oh wow, I'm sure your food tastes freaking amazing. You have no idea. Their food could taste like absolute shit. Oh my god, that nutmeg smells so good. But imagine, bro, if you could like capture a smell, I would probably brush my teeth way more often. I brush my teeth twice a day. I don't know why I'm treating it as if like I'm disgusting. Maybe it's because I feel gross. I just realized there's a very important ingredient that I almost forgot. Instant coffee. You add like a good amount and just kind of like the bitter coffee flavor is so freaking good. Oh, I love coffee. I know I literally said you don't need to sweeten it. This batch, I'm just adding a little maple syrup.
Dani.
Right.
I'm
Hello.
doing good. How are you?
Palm
That smells delicious.
Yeah, it's hot cocoa. Do you want a little bit?
I would love a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, Alex.
I know. Damn, what you chefing up?
I'm making hot cocoa.
Oh, okay. Chicken Joe, bro. So we went out there for my dad's birthday. Yeah. Damn. Went out there, had birthday cake.
Grant, here's a little bit. You tell me if you want to go bus. Do you want to test it on my video or not?
Yeah, I just tested it. It tastes gourmet. That's the best description. But it's good.
But it's good. But.
I'm saying but because it's not sweet, but it's good. You know?
Yeah. Do you want some whipped cream with it?
Yes, please. Yo, we try to hit that shit in a few hours.
Okay, by the way, that's all. That was for my video, sorry.
Do you vlog?
I do have a YouTube channel. My
Yo,
channel is mostly like
what's the
sit down videos where like I kind of talk to the camera and I'll be like, okay, today I'm talking about like intrusive thoughts and da-da-da-da. And then I'll do a whole rant on that and I take a bunch of notes. But recently, I've been feeling burnt out with it and like I don't want to continue in that trajectory. And I have like a decent subscriber base, but it's small enough where like I can drastically change what I'm doing. So right now I'm trying out some different things.
Are you trying cooking?
No, I woke up and I was feeling so fucking depressed today and the past like few days. And so I was like, you know, I talk a lot about like mindset and mental health, but then like because I'm like giving people advice, I keep coming on camera and then acting like, oh, like this is me when I'm in like my peak performance and when I'm in like my best headspace. But then when you're a normal person having a normal day, then you feel like I can't come on camera. You're not like that all the time. So today I was like, you know what? I'm gonna share a video of me having a bad day. And if I hate it, I don't have to post it. And I'm also in a frame where like I want to try other things. Like I want to maybe try like watching like some movies or some other YouTube channels and then kind of just giving my opinion on it.
Like a video review type beat?
Yeah, like kind of like commentary videos. Yeah.
Those are nice. Those are fun.
Because that's a lot of what I watch too.
I be watching that shit too.
Yeah.
Everyone watches that shit.
But yeah, ever since I started like recording today, I just feel like a lot better. And I'm like, worst comes to worst, I don't do anything with this video and I just made my day like a million times better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it is time for me to put the hot cocoa into its storage place. Oh god, I spilled some.
Is this just about comments, bro?
What value should be signed for
Default.
So I have extra hot cocoa that I couldn't fit in the container.
Yo, say less. I'll try.
Do you want to drink it out of the dirty gravy boat?
I mean, I would. Could I have some marshmallows?
I didn't get marshmallows.
Do you want marshmallows? That fridge lighting, epic. I'm going to do my dishes and do some other stuff. We may check in later, and I will see you when that occurs. Bye. So, new batch of hot cocoa was pretty spectacular. It's interesting because like I'm still feeling a little bit anxious and it's kind of like the more I talk, the less anxious I feel. That's probably why I talk so much in my life in general. Now I'm understanding a lot more about myself. You don't get into a better mood by denying the mood you're in. You recognize the mood that you're in and you say, okay, what can I do to feel just like a little bit better right now? On our off days or days where we just feel down or depressed or whatever, we can recognize that that still exists within us, but we don't have to let that be the voice in our head that dictates what we do. That's not to say that right now I can just say I only want to think happy thoughts or only want to think thoughts that serve me, because it takes a little more time than just thinking that once and expecting like everything in your mind to just change. But you do have the power today to start shifting yourself into a new direction. Sometimes I feel like I've wasted my life away joy and that like there's no way for me to become successful. I'm literally 23 years old, which feels old to me because it's the oldest I've ever been, but I'm so young. It is normal for me to be figuring out my life. It is normal for me to not know what I'm doing and to just kind of try out different things and see what sticks and see what works and see what brings me joy rather than, you know, trying to like be something that I'm not. So just recognize that where you are now is okay. It gets better little by little because you make it better and because you make the choice to invest in yourself. I hope you liked this video. If you did, do all the things, click all the buttons, and I will see you guys next time. Ciao.